Hey, what's goody, Frye gang? So now finally for the next what's the deal with video. Now all of the idols are done. It was only natural that I had to talk about Agent 4. So what is the deal with Agent 4? And for this video, I actually kind of had some trouble figuring out what I wanted the thumbnail to be, because I was thinking about either why so abandoned in terms of the games or why so loved in terms of the fans. I don't really know. I think I'll just go with why so abandoned, because Agent 4 is like absolutely nowhere in the grand scheme of Splatoon, and I actually think that is a very normal thing. There's nothing really unusual with how absent Agent 4 is in terms of the games. Now, why I think that is because it's only been a singular game. Agent 4, as we know, is the protagonist of Splatoon 2, and a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, have been wanting and waiting for the return of Agent 4 for a long time. All right, everyone during Splatoon 3 was like, where's Agent 4? Where's Agent 4? Why are they nowhere to be found? Where the hell is Agent 4? And then Side Order came around. Everyone thought Side Order would be the big chance for Agent 4 to be there. Maybe Agent 4 is going to be the protagonist of Side Order, and then we got Side Order revealed and it was Agent 8 again. People were still like, where the hell is Agent 4? And then that one teaser dropped, that one poster of Side Order right here. If I find it, I'll put it on screen. This one, everyone thought like the robo, now we know parallel canon, the robo inklings, everyone thought that was Agent 4 because it had the hairstyle. So like, wait, is Agent 4 going to be an antagonist of Side Order now? Where's Agent 4? And then the game came out and it's not Agent 4 at all. It's not even a robot that's even supposed to represent Agent 4. It's just a robot inkling that is based off of your Splatoon 2 inkling. If you have save data for Splatoon 2, which I think is a very cool little addition and reference, but still absolutely zero Agent 4 to be found. And everyone is like, okay, what the hell? Nintendo, what the fuck? Where is Agent 4? And I think not that people are overreacting. I think people are being too impatient and over analytical, I guess, because Agent 4 being absent, I think, is a normal thing. So we have everyone in Splatoon 3. All right, Agent 4 is like the only character that hasn't made an appearance. We have Squid Sisters, which let's just go down the list and list on why all of these characters are in Splatoon 3 except for Agent 4. So Squid Sisters, obviously they are the Squid Sisters. They're the idols from the first Splatoon game. They are basically the mascots of the entire series. Just the idols in general are like the mascots of Splatoon as a whole, but more so Kelly and Marie, Squid Sisters, because they're from the beginning, from the first game. So obviously they're going to be the most popular and most recognizable. So it makes sense for them to be in Splatoon 2, because Splatoon 2 story mode was based off of the final fest of Splatoon 1, which was Kelly versus Marie. So obviously they're going to be there from the beginning. They're going to be included in the game no matter what. So that makes sense. And then they come back in Splatoon 3 because I mean, they were in the first two games. They might as well bring them over to Splatoon 3 again for that recognizability, as they also kind of play a role in the story mode of Splatoon 3, even though Splatoon 3 story wasn't directly based off of Squid Sisters themselves. They do play a role as they are back in the new Squidbeak Splatoon with Neo or Agent 3 as the captain. As for Agent 3, and also before we get to Agent 3, another reason why I think Squid Sisters are in Splatoon 3 is because I don't know if this was planned this early in development, but Grand Fest, obviously they would have to be there for Grand Fest because all three idol groups were going to join into one group, Now or Never 7, and perform on the big stage. I don't know if they had the idea of Grand Fest while Splatoon 3 was still in development, so that's their excuse for having Squid Sisters and Off the Hook in Splatoon 3. I'm not sure if they thought that far ahead, but it wouldn't surprise me at all. But as for Agent 3, the reason Agent 3 from Splatoon 1 is there is because they are the new captain of the Squidbeak Splatoon after Captain Cuttlefish stepped down. So it kind of makes sense that they would be there, since they all met. Callie Marie, Captain Cuttlefish, and Agent 3 all met in Splatoon 1, and Agent 3 did help out a lot. So naturally, Agent 3 would be there as the new, new captain. But one thing I don't understand is why wasn't Agent 3 in Splatoon 2 then as the new captain? Because as far as I remember, I don't think Captain Cuttlefish was still the captain of Squidbeak's Splatoon in Splatoon 2. I haven't played the story modes. I really need to finish the story modes of all 3 games. I haven't played them, so a lot of stuff that happened in the story modes I can't really speak on because I haven't really played them at all. But as far as I remember, I don't think Captain Cuttlefish was still the captain. And even if he wasn't, I don't think Agent 3 was there either. So why was Agent 3 there? Okay, so maybe it makes less sense because Agent 4 could have easily become the new captain of the Squidbeak Splatoon. There's nothing really special about Agent 3 because Agent 4 also worked with the Squidbeak Splatoon in Splatoon 2 story mode. So why was Agent 3 the captain and not 4? Okay, that kind of makes a little bit more sense now. But moving on, let's just say Captain Cuttlefish likes Agent 3 more, and that's why Agent 3 was the new captain. So that makes sense why Agent 3 is in Splatoon 3 as the captain, because they're the captain of the Splatoon. They kind of have to be there. And then Off the Hook, kind of the same reason as what's their name? Same reason as Squid Sisters. Even though they weren't in like base game or anything, they were the main focus of Side Order, which a lot of people were confused. Why was Agent 8 and Off the Hook the main focus of Side Order as well, just like Octo Expansion? And now that I can't really explain. I don't really understand that either. Well, obviously after Octo Expansion, 8, Pearl, and Marina all became good friends, and Agent 8 actually went on tour with Off the Hook, and basically kind of like a third member, even though she didn't really perform. She was kind of just there with them on tour, kind of just like a manager, I guess. But and now Deadfish after the events of Side Order. But Agent 8 and Off the Hook being there, I mean, they really could have made Side Order about anything. But I mean, I guess they also wanted to include Off the Hook, maybe again for the same reason as just for Grand Fest, since eventually they'd be doing Grand Fest, so they would kind of need to have a reason to have Off the Hook there and couldn't just bring them in out of nowhere. So that's really the only thing I can think of. I mean, maybe for like some outside lore type of stuff, like fourth wall kind of shit. Maybe they just had Off the Hook and 8 there because Octo Expansion was so popular and people liked Octo Expansion so much, and the way Off the Hook was portrayed in Octo Expansion as well as Agent 8 became a fan favorite character pretty quickly. So maybe it was all just for fan service to have Off the Hook and Agent 8 in Octo Expansion, because I mean or Side Order, they very easily could have just had Off the Hook there, but instead of Agent 8 they could have had what's her name, Agent 4 there instead. I mean, they'd have to have some kind of lore reason to have Agent 4 there, considering Agent 4 doesn't really interact with Off the Hook at all, right? Because in the story mode I think it's still just Callie and Marie. I don't think Off the Hook are there at all in the story mode, right? I don't think so. So I guess Octo Expansion was Off the Hook's story mode, kind of, I guess. And then since it was only like a little DLC side game, there wasn't a whole lot of time, so now with Side Order it's like 2 half stories, so it makes up 1 whole story for Off the Hook. So I guess Off the Hook had as much story exposure as Squid Sisters did, since Squid Sisters got all of Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2. I guess they have double now, but the DLC games, Side Order and Octo Expansion, are kind of like half games. So Off the Hook gets half story in Octo Expansion, half in Side Order, so it makes up one whole story. So I mean, I guess it would make sense for Agent 8 to be in Side Order because, like I said, she became good friends with Off the Hook after Side Order or Octo Expansion. So have Marina wanting Agent 8 to test out her new members would make sense, and not Agent 4, because I don't think Agent 4 and Off the Hook interacted a single time. So why would Agent 4 be there and not Agent 8? You'll have to understand, sometimes well, like stuff like this, they have to have lore reasons. They have to make lore sense. You can't just have Agent 4 as the protagonist just because people want her to be there. There has to be a lore reason, which is why Agent 8 is there. And if you think about it, all like major characters in the Splatoon series are already in Splatoon 3 except Agent 4. DJ Octavio, I mean, he's kind of like the main villain of the series, so obviously he's going to be there. Mr. Grizz is there because I guess Salmon Run was just a very popular mode, so they kind of had to implement him into the story given how popular Salmon Run is, and have an excuse to bring Salmon Run back. I don't really know why Mr. Grizz is the what's it called. I don't really know why he's the main focus of Splatoon 3 or why he's even really a prominent character. I guess because they introduced him in Splatoon 2, all this mystery and everything around him, and with Grizzco and all that, so I guess they kind of just expanded upon that. Any other major characters I'm forgetting? Captain Cuttlefish, like I said, he was part of the Squidbeak Splatoon, so obviously he's going to be there along with Callie and Marie in every game. So I mean, I guess the real only major character that isn't in Splatoon 3 is Agent 4, and that's because Agent 4 doesn't really have a reason to be in Splatoon 3. Like I said, I don't think people would be making as big of a deal as it is, as much of a deal as they are, if Agent 3 wasn't there. Like, not Neo Agent 3 like the new one, but Splatoon 1 Agent 3. If they weren't there in Splatoon 3, I don't think people would be saying, or wouldn't really be freaking out about Agent 4 as much. Because, oh, why is Agent 3 here but not Agent 4? Agent 4 is newer from Splatoon 2, the last game, the most recent game. Why are they not in Splatoon 3? But I don't know. Like I said, I don't really think Agent 4 has a reason to be in Splatoon 4. Agent 3 is only there because they're the new captain of the Squidbeak Splatoon. And even then, they don't really even do anything in Splatoon 3 at all. They're just kind of there. And then they just say booyah one time. That's like the only time they say anything. And then, again, they don't even say that. They're just sitting there, and it's just like the booyah you'd see in an actual match. Just booyah above the head with the ding ding. That's it. Like, they don't even say anything, so they're literally just kind of there. I mean, Agent 3 might as well not be there either. But Agent 4, what would Agent 4 do? They wouldn't be doing anything with the Squidbeak Splatoon, I don't think, because they don't need a captain, because Agent 4 is there. And they don't really need to be working with Squidbeak Splatoon on anything, since there's no like big threat, I guess. I mean, okay, when the new Squidbeak Splatoon fell into Alterna, were they really doing anything? They weren't really dealing with anything, right? Except Captain Cuttlefish is missing. So, I mean, I guess Agent 4 could have came back and helped with that. But they didn't really need to call Agent 4 because Neo Agent 3 showed up. So, but what if before then, like, were they just sitting there waiting for someone to come by? They could have easily called Agent 4 to come help, right? Since Callie and Marie are already acquainted with them. So maybe instead of Neo Agent 3, we could have had Agent 4. But I understand from a gameplay perspective that could have been kind of boring because it's the same character from the last game. Why are we playing as Agent 4 when y'all could have given us a whole new agent? I guess would make sense. So I guess really the only thing I can see Agent 4 actually doing in Splatoon 3 was helping to find Captain Cuttlefish, and it was like being the main protagonist in Splatoon 3. But other than that, since we have Neo Agent 3, there's no reason for Agent 4 to be there. Like I said, they don't have anything to do with Off the Hook, so there would be no reason for them to be in side order. And then with Squidbeak Splatoon, we already have Neo Agent 3 working there. So what else would Agent 4 really be there for? I mean, I guess they could have made like a cameo somewhere in like Splatsville, I guess. But a cameo in the story mode wouldn't really make sense. Why would they be there? I don't really understand that. I mean, Agent 4 kind of made an appearance in... Actually, no, they didn't. Because, okay, I was about to say Agent 4 made an appearance in Octo Expansion, but that was Agent 3. When we were stuck in the blender and then Agent 3 came and saved us, and then we had the Agent 3 fight and then Inner Agent 3. So Agent 3 showed up again. So wait, okay, so now that's confusing. Why didn't Agent 4 show up in Octo Expansion? Why was it 3? I guess again for like fan service? Damn, now that I think about it, Agent 4 kind of did get shafted. I kind of understand now why everyone's freaking out. Agent 4 got shafted. They're nowhere. All right, everything Agent 3, both Agent 3s did in Octo Expansion and main game Splatoon 3, Agent 4 could have done. So why was it Agent 3, both of them, and not Agent 4? How come Agent 4 wasn't anywhere? Okay, so I guess that kind of makes sense. And watch, and I'm pretty sure like it's only one game later. So I'm sure the next game after, so the next Splatoon game, whether that be Splatoon 4 or something, I'm sure Agent 4 will somehow make an appearance, because I think it's like just they skip a game and then they bring the characters back, because like Agent 3 wasn't in Splatoon 2 until like the end of Octo Expansion there, but other than that they weren't really in Splatoon 2, and then they came back as like a big role in Splatoon 3. So I think they're doing the same with Agent 4, where they're just skipping Splatoon 3, and then in Splatoon 4 they'll come back as some like major character or something. And watch the next game, whether the next game isn't going to have Neo Agent 3, and then maybe Splatoon 5 they'll bring him back. But considering the next game is going to be under no whole new storyline, this like Inkling versus Octarian war like story arc is over now. They're gonna start a brand new story. I highly doubt Agent 4 or any other agents are going to show up again. The idols might, since they're idols, they can like travel around the world, and they're idols, like they're well known everywhere. So maybe the idols will make like appearances like on TV or something, but I don't think they're actually going to be in game again. But I don't know, the more I think about it, I kind of understand why everyone's freaking out about Agent 4. They're kind of just shafted. They were kind of just abandoned, just nowhere to be found, not even anything. I mean, it makes sense that Agent 4 isn't there, because what are they going to do? There's nothing for them to do anywhere in the story or in side order. So it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, damn, not even like a mention or like a reference to them or a cameo, anything. I think the only reference to Agent 4 in all of Splatoon 3 we have is Agent 4's palette in Splatoon what? Side order. Wait, does Agent 4 even have a palette in side order? I don't even know. But yeah, I kind of understand it now. But yeah, that's kind of it. I kind of said everything I think I needed to. So, I mean, hey, all of you Agent 4 believers and Agent 4 truthers, I mean, I guess I'm right there with you now. At first, I didn't understand it, and I was like, oh my god, y'all are just crying about nothing. Get over Agent 4 not being in the game. Get over it. Agent 4, they're done. There's no reason. But now, I kind of sympathize with y'all a little bit more. It would be kind of nice to see Agent 4 come back and do some things. But I mean, I guess we'll have to wait for the next game. But that's really about it. See you next mission and play some goddamn Splatty.